Hello everyone. Let's start with subtopic 1.3, economic systems. So economic systems. What do we mean by economic system is first what that we will go through. So economic system are the different ways in which we can answer the questions of what, how and whom. The three questions that are basic for economic planning, and to answer these there are different ways. Those different ways come under economic system. So basically there are two systems. One is extreme of government and one is extreme of market or individual. So here it is saying that at one extreme government makes most economic decisions. At the other, decisions are made in markets where individual or enterprises voluntarily agree. So let's see what is a market economy. A market economy is the one in which individual and private firms take the major decisions. So this questions of what, how, and whom are decided by individual and private firms. It is called a market economy. And in this market economy, the government keep its hands off economic decisions, like it is the extreme case, then it is called laissez-faire economy. Okay. Now, talking about the command economy, it is the one in which government make all important decisions about production and distribution. So, example of market economy uh, is US, and command economy is the erstwhile Soviet Union. Okay, so these are the two ways, but for now, like at this time in the contemporary society, most of the countries, or we can say almost all the countries, do not come on extreme ends of government or market. They are mixed economies, like command are the socialist economy and market are the capitalist economy. So there is a middle, that is called mixed economy. So in mixed economy, government plays an important role in overseeing the functioning of the market, and are decisions are decisions are of element decisions are elements of market and command both. So it is a mix of both, taking some part of command economy and some part of market economy. So it works in a well behaved manner. So now let's come to now let's start with subtopic 1.4, four sectors of economy. The first one being the private sector. Private sector simply refers to enterprises that are not owned by the government. All enterprises, companies, firms that are not owned by the government comes under private sector. Second, the government sector. And this sector includes public administration, police, defense, framing of laws, enforcing them. All are given here, and so simple. There is no need of explanation here. So government sector includes these, and apart from like various services like infra, health, education, there are some companies that are in the government sector like Coal India, NTPC. So all the public sector undertakings belong to the government sector. This basically refers to the government sector. Third is the household sector. So household sector is simply all the population belong to household sector. Like every individual is part of the household sector. If an individual is working in the company A, or let's say in any government PSUY, then that individual is automatically the part of household sector. Maybe A can be part of private sector or Y can be part of government sector, but the individuals working in it are part of the household sector. So that refers to household sector. So these are the three sectors, and the fourth one comes external sector. This sector refers to the exports and imports of goods and services, and goods, services, and financial flows. What we refer to financial flows, we will discuss in the upcoming chapters. But here you can understand it with the term investment. Like if any foreigner is investing in our company that is located in India or registered in India, that are the financial flows, that all. and exports and imports of goods and services. This comes into the external sector. uh, Through this example, the author is just explaining us like what I have explained here. Okay, so let's say John works in a CIL, Coal India Limited. So John is part of household sector, CIL is part of government sector. And if Mukesh Ambani ji owns RIL, so he is part of household sector, but RIL part of private sector. That's all in this example. Now let's see the subtopic 1.5, private sector. So as we have learned, private sector refers to the enterprises that are not owned by government. All the enterprises not owned by government comes under private sector, right? So there are four factors or inputs of production that we need to refer, and they are very important. The four factors or inputs of production that are needed to produce output, and the classification of output we will refer to later. First, let's see what are the four factors of production. So let's say there is an enterprise A. It will be owned by a person P. So the person P will be an entrepreneur. The entrepreneur will get the profit. So A enterprise, P entrepreneur gets profit, right? He or she is the first factor of production. Second is the capital. Let's say if the company makes tractors, so the machines, the factory inputs, all the capital inputs, like capital in we said the machines that will be used in making tractors and the factory setup, they come under capital. So the interest will be paid on capital. So second factor is capital. Like if someone is a software engineer, he or she needs a laptop, so laptop is a capital for that person. Like in that way, the tractor company will have its own capital. Third is the natural resources. Natural resources, like say if we have sold tractors and now we are doing agriculture, so the soil that we are using, water that we are using, they all are natural resources, and we need to pay the rent for it. The land that we are using, the land in which the company has set up its factory, that land will need rent, so they come under natural resources. Fourth is the labor. The labor that will work in the factory or in the manufacturing part or in the sales or marketing, they all will get wages, and that is the labor. So these are the four major or we can say the factors in that are required for production. So first is entrepreneur, second capital, third natural resources, fourth labor. And these are the four things associated with each of them respectively that they will get in return. And this you need to learn because it is very important. So these are the four factors of production. Now here in the description is written what I've explained earlier. So entrepreneur is the person who takes the risk and starts a new business, in return expects profit. Okay, so entrepreneur is done. Entrepreneur will be a person, so he or she will belong to the household sector. Second is capital. Capital can be physical, financial, intellectual. Physical means the like tractor inputs what we need. Financial if it's a loan, or intellectual if we need someone's knowledge for it, that is also capital input. So the return for the capital is interest, right? Third is the natural resources, natural including land and raw material which are naturally available and not produced through man-made processes. The natural resources will get rent in return. So land, soil, water, these all are natural resources. We need to pay rent for them. Fourth is the labor. It is the human labor, can be skilled, semi-skilled, unskilled, whatever the enterprise requires, and in return they will get wages. So labor also belongs to the household sector, right? So we have completed subtopic 1.5. The type of goods we will be referring into the next lecture, and then only we will refer to this part of this diagram. Okay, let's see you soon.